You can use arrays push and pop methods to add and remove elements from the array. Let's say if I want to add a number in my number array scores, I could use its push method. For that, I'm going to say scores.push and then add a number 100 in my array. Then I'm printing the scores array in my console log here. If I refresh the page and click on submit, then it's going to print the original array, which is 35, 90, 77, and 80. And then towards the end, it adds 100 and then prints it in the console log. If you want to remove the last element, then you can use its pop method. For that, I'm going to say scores.pop, and this will remove the last element from the array, and it will print 35, 90, and 77 in my console log here. If I hover over this method, it says it removes the last element from an array and it returns it. So for some reason, if you want to get hold of that last number, you could store it in a variable, and I'm going to print it on my page here. If I refresh the page here, click on submit, it's going to print that last element on the page, and then it prints the remaining array in my console log here. But if you have been adding and removing elements at the end of the array, you can also add and remove elements at the beginning of the array by using shift and unshift. Let's say if I want to add a number at the beginning of the array, I could use scores unshift method, which will add number 10 at the beginning of the array. Let's remove this so that it doesn't throw any errors. If I refresh the page, click on submit, it's going to print 10, 35, 90, 77, and 80. You can also remove the element at the beginning of the array by using shift method. For that, I'm going to say scores.shift, and if I hover over that method, it says it removes the first element from an array and it returns it. So if I refresh the page, it's going to remove 35 and then print 90, 77, and 80 here in my console log. You can also store the first element in a variable if you like. For that, I'm going to say let first number is equal to scores.shift and then print that first number on the page, which is going to print 35 on the page, which is the first element, and then it prints remaining elements in the console log. So this is how you can use push, pop, shift, unshift methods to add and remove elements at the beginning of the array and at the end of the array. In the next section, I'm going to talk about how you can concatenate and reverse an array.